What's going on with y'all? It's Jeff Lightsy Jr. here with the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Continue to hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe. Now, we just saw Damian Lillard put on a historic 3-game stretch where the man averaged 50 points a game. And he's basically willed the Blazers, almost willed the Blazers until he needs one more win over the Memphis Grizzlies this weekend. And he will have essentially single-handedly willed the Blazers into the playoffs. We're talking about a 51-point performance, a 61-point performance, and then a 42-9 performance against the Brooklyn Nets, where they were barely able to eke out a 1-point victory and secure a spot in the play-in series against the Memphis Grizzlies, where they're the 8th seed. Grizzlies have to beat them twice to get in the playoffs. All the Blazers have to do is win one game on Saturday, and it'll be done. But, can we please kill the noise that is the Blazers have a chance in hell against the Lakers? I mean, think about this. It took Damian Lillard over the last 3 games of the bubble to average 50 points a game for them to get in, for them to secure a spot in the play-in series. Are you serious? You think they gave up 133 points in regulation to the Brooklyn Nets, who had like 6 players opt out? Like, this ain't even the real Brooklyn Nets. I'm not even talking about Kyrie and KD. They weren't even counted in like the 6 players, the DeAndre Jordan, the Spencer Dinwiddies, the whoever. They had to sign guys like Jamal Crawford off the street, and they almost beat you. It took Karis LeVert missing the last game-winning shot for you to secure that spot. Another 42-point, another 8 or 9 threes by Dame last night to secure that spot. And you think that team's gonna beat LeBron? You think that team can beat LeBron? You don't know basketball. They gave up so many offensive rebounds. Now I will say this. The Brooklyn Nets shot the lights out of the ball. They shot the 3-pointer like crazy last night. And the Lakers are super inconsistent from 3. LeBron can have it on sometimes, and he can be terrible. AD can have it on sometimes, and he can be terrible. Danny Green's the same way. They're just super, and Dion Waiters, all these guys are crazy inconsistent. But they do have LeBron and AD. And the Blazers have nothing for those two. CJ McCollum is not playing great basketball. He had 25 last night, but when it mattered, it just didn't seem like he came up big. He just wasn't. He seemed to disappear. Nurkic played well, but Brooklyn had nothing for Nurkic. Jared Allen is a good player, but he couldn't do anything with Nurkic late in the fourth quarter. But the Lakers have AD. The Lakers have Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee for Nurkic on defense, and then they have LeBron. Who is going to guard LeBron for the Blazers? Carmelo? What? And then when they do a pick and roll and put Dame on LeBron? CJ McCollum on LeBron? CJ McCollum's what, 6'3"? Dame is 6'2"? With Adidas on? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, they don't have a snowball's chance in hell of beating the Lakers. But I will say, Damian Lillard is one of my favorite players in the NBA. And it's with the performance that he's put on this year, and specifically in this bubble where I think he's averaging, after the last 3 games, close to about 40 a game, upwards of 35, close to about 40 a game. Is Dame top 5 in the NBA? Not top 5 point guards. Is he top 5 players? Obviously you're going to put LeBron and Harden and Giannis over Dame. But KD didn't play this year. Kawhi missed 20 games, maybe Kawhi, but outside of that, is Anthony Davis better than Damian Lillard? Would Anthony Davis been able to propel this Portland Trailblazer team into the playoffs like Damian Lillard essentially has? Would AD have been able to do that? I'm not so sure. We've also seen Dame carry the Trailblazers to the Western Conference Finals. Now, we damn sure know Anthony Davis has never done anything like that. When he was with the Pelicans, they was getting swept. They were getting put out in the first round if they made the playoffs. So, Damian Lillard with no Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard is making a fight for being one of the top 5 best players in the NBA. Well, I talked last time on my last video about Damian Lillard and the first team All NBA, and I think because the voting was done before the bubble games, like they submitted their ballots before the bubble games were over, I think Luka got the edge over him. But if they would have saw these 8 games, especially these last 3, he might have edged Luka out. And so Dame is fighting, is on the cusp of that top 5 players in the NBA, man. The man is playing great basketball, and it's going to be amazing to see him against the Lakers. But I don't see them winning more than 5 games. I mean, this series going longer than 5 games. I think the Blazers are going to eke out one. I was about to say eke out one at home, but no, we're in the bubble. So, yeah, they're gonna eke out a game. But it's going to be a gentleman's sweep. But Damian Lillard, he's a man. He is a dog. He is a different kind of player, and he's a hell of a player. And I was glad to see him essentially make it to the play-in series. Now, obviously, they have to take care of business against Memphis first. Ja Morant and the Memphis Grizzlies, although Jaren Jackson is hurt, and I think that really hinders them greatly, like drastically. So that's why I think the Blazers will win. But there ain't gonna be no slouch. They aren't going to just lie down and let the Blazers just go ahead and walk into the playoffs against the Lakers. They're going to fight. And if the Blazers win on Saturday, I won't be surprised if they win their first game. But I do think Damian Lillard and the Blazers will be in the playoffs against the Lakers. But don't think there's a chance in hell that they have a chance against the Lakers. And quit predicting. Quit acting. Quit trying to be. You're outthinking. You're overthinking. You're trying to outthink the room. Damian Lillard, I mean, they're giving up 120, 130 points every game. The Lakers can't shoot all the time. They can shoot sometimes. They can't shoot all the time. Very inconsistent. But they're still the Lakers. They're still LeBron. They're still AD. They're still Kuzma when he wants to play. The Blazers don't got a chance. Once again, my name is Jeff Lightsy Jr. for the Ball Sports Network. Thank you guys for the continued support. Hit the thumbs up button, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.